Good morning and welcome to another Timtams and Travel with me, Nabeel from Rihaala, and Elena, the Muslim travel girl. How's everything today, Elena? How was your weekend?
Good, good. The weekend's been very good. Enjoyed some stay at home, I guess, again. Quarantine fun with the family,
Every
which I'm
day's a
really
weekend.
loving, by the way.
Every day's a
Yeah,
weekend. Yep.
yeah, pretty much.
If my team is listening to that, please ignore that advice. Every day is not a weekend. Today our guest is Reem Elshafaki from Dinar Standard, all the way from. You're currently in Dallas, right? Is that right, Reem?
I am in Dallas, yes, as of 8 months ago.
Amazing. And how's Dallas treating you?
It's good, alhamdulillah. We moved here for the Muslim community, so alhamdulillah, we're loving it.
Good.
We moved away. Previously, we always liked to live close to a beach, but subhanallah, there are no beaches in Dallas, but plenty of scholars, mashallah, and just an amazing community.
It's like the hub of the it's the hub of scholars at the moment, isn't it, Dallas? There are so many.
It's attracting more families and more scholars. Mashallah, it's growing, and even at this time where all the messages are closed, but they're very active online. There's a full schedule every single day. Subhanallah.
Amazing. And we met last time we met was in New York in September, and I think that was the first time that I came out to the US and really saw how motivated and activated the Muslim community is in the US. And I think from what you've said about Dallas and the people that I met, last year, it certainly is something that is growing and maybe even a model for other places to take on board.
Yeah. It is, and it's very inspiring to be with such people who a lot of families move to Dallas like us for the community to raise their kids in an environment with a large Muslim community, very active. So it's amazing to be among like-minded individuals, mashallah, and families.
Great. So we're talking a bit about travel today. Just to remind everybody, we do have a competition running at the moment, and every day there is an opportunity to win a £100 travel voucher with Rihaala. All you have to do is go to www.rihaala.com/TTEA, and we will announce Friday's winner very shortly, and then tune in tomorrow to see if you're a winner from today. So as we're want to have a chit chat about travel, you had a really interesting road trip recently, and I thought when you mentioned Vegas to me, I was thinking, you know what, I think that's a great opportunity to show travelers from all walks of life that Vegas isn't just one type of holiday. What was the thinking behind doing was it South California as a road trip you did and Vegas, or how did you plan it?
So how it came about, and it was so last minute, it was Thanksgiving break, and we're just such last minute planners. My husband was looking at flight prices, and there was a great deal on a flight to Vegas. And he was like, let's go. And to me, like, Vegas is not my ideal destination. We love nature. We love to be outdoors. And that wasn't my idea of a fun trip at all. But then he was like, let's take it as our starting point, and then we could do a road trip. And so that's what we did. And subhanAllah, we went to Vegas, and even in Vegas, like, we found some great things to do that are not related to the strip or not related to what you think of Vegas. So half an hour drive, there's Red Rock, which is an amazing, like, really beautiful area of rocks and from the name, they're red rocks, and it's so scenic. It's very much in nature. You don't feel like you're in Vegas at all. And then also while we were there, it was Jummah, so we needed to pray. And so we went to a masjid, and it was amazing. Like I felt so much peace in that masjid. And then later I found a news article about it. It was built by a woman. I think it was the first one that was completely funded by a woman. And it was just such an amazing spiritual place. And I remember the Jummah khutbah, the Imam was talking about how Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to find good in everything, even in people whom others perceived as like there's no good in them, no good can come out of them. He used to find good. And I felt that we found, Vegas, the Sin City, we found some good in Vegas. So our masjid was, that little gem that we went to. It was an amazing experience going to Red Rock and getting that experience in nature. That was also really great. So subhanallah. And we went to the strip just one night, like after coming back from Red Rock, because we were there and we had to do it, but it wasn't the highlight of our trip at all.
Well, I'll just share some of your photos whilst Elena's coming in with the questions as well.
And no, I was just gonna say it's interesting you mentioned that, because I went to Vegas a few years ago for a conference, and I was like, oh, Vegas, like not very Muslim, not very family friendly. And then we had a guy from Las Vegas Tourism doing a talk, and they were saying that actually trying to change their image of being more family friendly destination and having more activities and things. But I have to agree with like the nature around Vegas, because we did the road trip as well to the Grand Canyon and surrounding areas. It's beautiful, and I can see your photo, and I'm like, oh, this is gorgeous.
I think that one is Sedona, I believe. Red Rock is very similar. I have, if you could go on. So that's okay. Yes, that's on the left. That's my daughter in Red Rock climbing. She climbed one of the little mountain rocks. And then that's the masjid. That's our family in front of the masjid. And the other one, that's the Grand Canyon. We took a road trip we drove to Sedona, and on the way stopped at the Grand Canyon. And what was very interesting about our trip is that we experienced the 4 seasons in one trip.
Wow.
So in Las Vegas, it was kind of fall. And then, that's in California. We drove to California to the beaches. We went to Venice Beach, and then we went to another beach. It's called Matador Beach, that a local person told us about. It's not very well known, but it was amazing in terms of we experienced the sunset there. So just the rocks and the ocean. It was really beautiful.
And how long did you drive? I mean, were the distances quite long? Were you driving quite a lot each day, or?
We were driving quite a lot, because how long was it? I can't remember how long from Las Vegas to California. I think it was, I want to say 7-8 hours, maybe, or maybe less. I have to check. And we hit Los Angeles traffic for a little bit, and that can be awful.
That one. That was horrible.
Yes, but then it was worth it, and it was a beautiful sunny beach day. It was really an amazing beach day, and we went to Venice Beach, which is your typical California beach, and then we asked a local about what beach do you recommend? And then we went to that other one that was not as busy and crowded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Always ask a local, right? They always know.
Yes. And my husband isn't shy. He goes and he asks everyone, and he starts a conversation with everyone. So that's usually very helpful. So in on the beach we experienced summer, which is great. And then when we drove to the Grand Canyon, it started snowing. and it was actually freezing. Like we were there for the pictures, but it was like really, really freezing. And then when we drove to Sedona, it was snowing on the way. We didn't have a hotel booked or anything like that. I booked something while we were driving. I booked an Airbnb in Flagstaff, which is half an hour away from Sedona. And it worked out really well because the drive from Flagstaff to Sedona was really amazing, beautiful, scenic.
Great. So a trip that you didn't necessarily think that you would enjoy, it turned out being a great trip because of, a completely unexpected sort of itinerary, going a little bit off the whim, maybe traveling like you probably didn't think you could travel with a family as well.
Yes, subhanAllah. And I feel sometimes when you have lower expectations, then you enjoy things so much more. Yeah. And literally, we booked our flights, and then the next day we traveled. That was how I had to cancel conference calls. I work from home even before this imposed quarantine, but I had some things planned, and I just had to cancel stuff in order to do it.
Sometimes it's the best way to do it, isn't it? Just do something spontaneous and off you go.
I think my head.
Do you have any?
Just adjust this. Okay.
Do you have any tips for anyone who would like to plan a trip like this? Like some small tips of what they should keep in mind?
Yes, I think one mistake we did is that we were somewhat too spontaneous. So during the trip, we spent a lot of time actually planning while we were in our hotel in Las Vegas, or while we were at our Airbnb. I think it would be best to have plan something in advance, have some sort of structure, even if it's not your final plan. We wanted just to play it by ear and see how we were feeling. The day we drove to California, we decided the day before. I was telling my husband, no, we shouldn't do all of that. We should either go to California or Sedona. We shouldn't do all of these things. Otherwise, we'd be spending so much time on the road, which was kind of the case. But it gave us a taste of all of these destinations. And then I'd love to go again, but then maybe go once just to Sedona and maybe visit the Grand Canyon again, and then go another time just to California and really enjoy it and take a more relaxed trip. So I feel that's our learning from that trip. And my tip would be to leave some space for spontaneity, where I don't like trips that are too structured. Like, what if I wake up one day and that's the day I had so many things planned, I had a full itinerary, and I just feel like relaxing?
Yeah.
Absolutely do that.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I like that. I agree with that one.
Excellent. So I think a trip for wherever you are, and you thought that Vegas wasn't a place for you, is a good starting point. Start off in Vegas or finish in Vegas, and
exactly.
It's a good way to make use of if there are any cheap flights into Vegas, and there are plenty from the UK as well. So it's not a bad option as well. Excellent. Reem, we have a little surprise for each of our guests. We like to put a little quiz over to
Yes, I saw that. And I'm like, uh-oh. I mean, that was such an unresearched trip, so I don't know how much I can answer.
We've made it Reem friendly. So
okay.
We purposely made it, a nice and straightforward one. Nothing specific, nothing too difficult. But here we go. So very quickly, we'll run through your 5 general knowledge questions on travel. So number 1, which country is home to fusilli, penne, and macaroni?
Oh, Italy.
Yeah, there you go. You see, it's not that hard. Nice and easy.
Or so good.
Okay, question number 2. Where are you if you're spending rupiah, eating at a warung, and visiting the Pura Lahore temple?
Rupee, that's India.
It's
Rupee?
Indonesia. It's Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia. Oops.
I thought you might be. I thought you might have a head start on that one.
Yeah, I should have.
No.
When you said rupee, that got me off track because
rupiah,
fun
sorry,
fact,
apologies.
I was born in India.
Okay.
I'm not originally Indian, but I was born in India, so
Yeah. Cool. Number 3. Which of these mountain ranges is located in South Africa? The Atlas or the Drakensberg?
it's not the Atlas, so it's the Drakensberg.
It is the Drakensberg. Number 4. Which of these 2 sites is the tallest? The Chrysler Building in New York or Uluru in Australia?
This is going to be a guess. The Chrysler Building.
It's actually Uluru. Uluru is the taller of the 2. And finally, a bit of a tricky one. You can thank the team for this one. But where are you if you're walking across Charles Bridge in Old Town? I'll give you. It's somewhere. It's a capital city in Europe.
Charles Bridge. I'll just
have a guess.
Yeah, it'll just be a wild guess. Is it London? No.
It's Prague.
Prague. Okay. Oh, that was not very.
I know.
Good in terms of my responses.
Hey, 3 out of 5. It's good. You know, it's 60%. We like that. All good.
Okay. It's fun. That's what counts.
Exactly. And everybody's learned something, hopefully, today. I did not know where Charles Bridge was, to be honest. So
yeah.
I know. I didn't know that either. I didn't expect it to be in Prague, though.
No, neither did I. Well, thank you very much, Reem. It's been great having you join us today. And just for everybody, the winner from Friday is Henrietta Zavati, who has won a £100 travel voucher with Rihaala, and one of the team will be in touch with you soon. So thank you again, Reem. Thank you so much for joining me in the early mornings. Thank you. We'll see everybody again tomorrow.
Tomorrow for another one.
Take care. Thanks, guys. Wa alaikum salam.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.